Greenland was just an idea, just a thought. But I think when they say it was absurd and it was said in a very nasty, very sarcastic way, I said, we'll make it some other time. We'll go to Denmark. I love Denmark. I've been to Denmark. And frankly, we'll do it another time.
President Trump explaining why he scrapped his upcoming trip to Denmark over the prime minister's apparent unwillingness to discuss the possibility of the sale of Greenland. That decision widely panned by many of the people and the politicians who spoke out in Denmark. Watch.
And I think it's a very bad way of talking about a country and especially the people of Greenland. So I think he needs to show some more respect.
He acts like a spoiled child. And this was the opportunity for the Danish public to send clear messages to the American voters. Please vote for another president next time.
My next guest tweeted this today. Trump assumes that an autonomous part of our country is for sale, then insultingly cancels visit that everybody was preparing for. Are parts of the U.S. for sale? Alaska? Please show more respect, says Rasmus Jarlov, who joins me now from Denmark. He's a conservative member of the Danish parliament. He's also the former minister of business. Sir, thank you very much for being here today. So what's your reaction to what the president said? You know, he said it was just an idea. It's just something that I suggested. And he didn't expect such a, in his words, nasty response.
Well, it's unfortunate that there are such tough words on both sides. It was a bit of a surprise to us in Denmark that Trump would publicly raise the idea of buying Greenland, because nobody in Denmark or Greenland has ever indicated that it would be for sale. So it might have been a good idea to consult the embassy, anyone in the foreign ministry in the U.S. or someone who knows about relations with Denmark and Greenland before going out with such an idea, because it was very hard for the prime minister not to just blankly say, no, you can't buy it, because that's the case. It's not for sale. So we don't want to insult the U.S., certainly, and not the U.S. president. But the idea of buying part of Danish territory and the 50,000 people living there is a bit insulting, because it's talking about Greenland like it's some kind of commodity. And it's real people living there. It's not a commodity. It's not for sale. And it's also indicating that we wouldn't care about Greenland. And we do care about Greenland. We don't want to sell part of our country.
I should mention that Secretary of State Pompeo put out an expression of alliance to his counterpart in Denmark today. So it looks like they're kind of trying to smooth this over a little bit. It's interesting, though, 67% of all adult Greenlanders support a vision of Greenland as an independent state. And they do take about $600 million from the Danish economy in order to support themselves. You know,
yes.
Is that are there people in Denmark who disagree? Are there people in Denmark who say, you know what, we don't really need Greenland, and they'd rather be on their own anyway?
I don't think you'll find almost anybody in Denmark that would want to sell Greenland. It would have to be their decision. And they are very independent. They have their own culture. They have their own language. They're part of the Kingdom of Denmark, but they have their own local government, and they decide on most matters locally. But they still have chosen to remain part of Denmark because they think that's best for Greenland.
All right, one
and if
last
they want
question.
to change that, that will be up to them.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. I know we're on Skype. The president would like Denmark to up their contribution to NATO so that it's a full 2% of your GDP. Do you agree with them?
Yep. I agree with that personally. I'm a conservative myself. I absolutely agree that the U.S. shouldn't pay for our security. So I think all NATO members need to spend more and live up to the 2% target for sure.
We found something that you guys agree on. Everybody agrees on. Thank you very much. Good to see you very much. Rasmus Jarlov, thanks for joining us from absolutely beautiful Copenhagen, where it is still sunny at 1:30 in the morning, and it's a great place to visit. I agree with the president on that. Jarlov, thank you very much.